Hi everyone, this is me again, Ian. So in this video, I'm just going to have a look at the new ZD Racing Desert Buggy. So this one is much bigger. It's a 7th scale, 1/7 scale buggy, and based on the platform of the other on-road car that the ZD Racing just produced like months ago. So this is the ZD Racing DBX 07. So Desert Buggy Extreme 07 scale. So the first thing I noticed about this buggy is this big tires, really huge tires, 165 millimeter by 63, and those two headlights there are also nice. So I'll have a look at the video. So I'm just gonna forward a bit to the dashing part. It looks good on the dirt. Looks like it can turn on the jumps. I don't know what happened to that, but that could have broken something. Well, definitely, it's a nice platform. It looks nice. It looks good. So that's it. But the downside here, it's priced at 469 to 642 euro. So that's euro. That's not US dollars. So we're available in two colors, the orange and the blue. The RTR is priced at 642 US dollars. So, and the roller ones, they don't have electronics. They're priced at 470 euro. So if we convert those 642 US dollars, that's 744 US dollars. That's crazy. If you convert to 469 euro, that's 544 US dollars. So it's expensive. So you know how expensive it is if you compare it with the other legit Arma. So 1/8 scale. So this is 469 US dollars. So this is the Arma Kraton EXB. Just imagine. And the Arma Mojave EXB roller 529. The Arma Mojave RTR 669. And that's a 1/7 scale. So imagine how expensive this thing is. So we'll dig deeper. We'll look at the stats and everything. So first off, this is based off the EX07. Let me show you. Yeah, this one. Same electronics, but a bit like different on motor side. This motor has 1900 kV, while the EX07 that I'm talking about is the EX07 Mustang. So I'll show you the electronics here. This one, they have similar electronics, very similar. So they're just based off this platform, and then they just put bigger tires and different body. Okay, so going back to the DBX07, it's available in these colors. So we'll dig deeper. So this is the Surpass Hobby 150 amp ESC, and I burnt my Surpass Hobby recently when I put 6S on it. So this is actually supposed to be a 6S capable ESC, and then it has two 2 LiPo batteries, freebie, handbrake servo, and 2 dual center brace. This is the motor with motor fans on. So we'll examine what's inside here. Actually, let me have a screenshot of this. Then we just flip it around and we'll examine the electronics. If you see the electronics here, this one here is a servo for what we call for the handbrake. So this is not really necessary. These are the handbrakes here, if you see them. So the handbrakes disc. That's not also necessary. So these things make this car more expensive. And you know, one thing that is not necessary are these two here. This one. So double center brace is not necessary really if they just put this, what we call a single center brace like this. A single center brace that is thick enough is enough. So that's it. So that also makes the car more expensive. What else? Actually, the presence of the fan here. The 2 fans. I don't know if they're strong enough, but they're not necessary. I mean, we can have our own fans. The batteries as well, not necessary. So to make it more cheap, should have taken it off, or at least they should have given the buyers an option of not having the batteries, because most of us have our own batteries. What else is not necessary here? So I think I've pointed out all those stuff that make it more expensive, that it could have been a lot less expensive. So going back to the stats, we have here the brake discs, the brake clippers, or calipers I mean. They're not necessary. The brake servo, not necessary. Also, one thing that's not necessary are some accessories. This one, this wrench here, it's always possible to not have a wrench included. Let's say they could have just included plastic one to make it less expensive. So most of the hobbyists have their own wrenches, so it's not really necessary to have this. And this one roller, I mean the wheelie bar, that's a good addition, but I don't know if this is necessary as well. And the rear part, the 2-section rear axle, it's a good innovation, but I don't think this is necessary. We could just have a long dog bone, or a dog bone with a small bearing roller to support it, to avoid it from bending. If you think the Arma, Kraton, or all Arma products include their auto wrenches, but they're not really as expensive as this ZD Racing. So that's it there. Lots of accessories. Also the rear tires. I mean that the spare tires are not necessary. This one is the spare tire. So it also makes the car more expensive. So I don't know if they're putting an option of not including this tire on the back, because this is making the car more expensive. That's additional cost. And also, I'm not really a fan of headlights, but I appreciate having headlights. I mean, they make the RCs look cool. They can also be used at night, but this addition for the electronics, I mean for the headlights here, I don't find it necessary as well at all. It only makes the car more expensive. So if you want to have put light, but they could have just put a blank, or let's say a transparent light there without LED in it, and they just let the hobbyists or the RC car buyers put their own lights on. So, well, one of the things that are not necessary that make the car more expensive. So regarding with the quality of the plastic, I have owned my ZD Racing 90218 scale for 2 years and I've broken like tons of parts already, and I'm not really bashing that hard. So the plastic quality, I haven't owned one, so I can't really tell 100%, but I think they're as brittle as the 8 scale counterparts. So actually this 7 scale is only considered 7 scale because of the longer wheelbase, bigger tires, bigger body. But actually the arms, the shocks, the gears, the electronics, everything that's used inside, they're all 8 scale. So, you know, putting electronics for 8 scale inside a 7 scale chassis, something heavier, that puts up more load, as I said, that puts more load on the electronics, and they could burn easily. So this one is a gamble here. So unless you have tried it yourself, you have to be more cautious when having this. So it's always better to have a roller version, which is, which does not include electronics, and it lets you decide whichever electronics you want to put in, because it's you who will gauge how strong, it will gauge the strength or the power of your car, in relative with the weight of the car, of course. So yes, LED, I don't find it unnecessary. It makes the car more expensive. So how big is this car? The width 380 mm, 52 ride height, 419 mm wheelbase, 680 mm length, almost as long as the Arma Limitless. So the Arma Limitless is 700 mm long. It's a 1/7 scale as well. The total height is 225 millimeters. It has a solid body, which is a good thing as well. So this, I think I've said everything that I think about this. So if I were to buy this, I would always prefer having the roller version, no power, because the RTR version, you're not sure with the electronics, you could burn them, and that also means you're burning your money. But for this price of 469 US dollars, 469 euro, 540 US dollars, it's not, for me, it's not worth it. I'd rather buy the ones from Arma, the legit ones. I'd rather buy this or this. With such a price, if I were given that money, I would buy this over the ZD Racing. So think first before you hit this. But I would love to see a lot of reviews on this, it would be educational for me, but definitely I won't buy unless they drop the price to 300 and they remove the unnecessary stuff. But it's not, I'm telling you, it's not all about me. It's my opinion, but this opinion, don't let this opinion like totally influence you. I'm here to say my opinion, based on my experience on this type of based on my experience on this brand of ZD Racing. So I think that's all. Thank you for watching, and thank you for taking time to hear my opinion. I'm not ranting, I'm not angry, I'm just stating all these things based on my insights. So thanks all, thank you for watching.